Hello, hello. Welcome to Kingdom Revelation. We're going to be reading from Proverbs 13 and Proverbs 14. And I'll talk about something a little bit afterwards too. So I hope you guys are all doing well. And here we go. Okay. Let's see. A wise son listens to his father's instruction, but a scoffer doesn't listen to rebuke. By the fruit of his lips a man enjoys good things, but the unfaithful crave violence. He who guards his mouth guards his soul. One who opens wide his lips comes to ruin. The soul of the sluggard desires and has nothing, but the desire of the diligent shall be fully satisfied. A righteous man hates lies, but a wicked man brings shame and disgrace. Righteousness guards the way of integrity, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. There are some who pretend to be rich, yet have nothing. There are some who pretend to be poor, yet have great wealth. The ransom of a man's life is his riches, but the poor hears no threats. The light of the righteous shines brightly, but the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. Pride only breeds quarrels, but with ones who take advice is wisdom. Wealth gained dishonestly dwindles away, but he who gathers by hand makes it grow. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but when longing is fulfilled, it is a tree of life. Whoever despises instruction will pay for it, but he who respects a command will be rewarded. The teaching of the wise is a spring of life, to turn from the snares of death. Good understanding wins favor, but the way of the unfaithful is hard. Every prudent man acts from knowledge, but a fool exposes folly. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a trustworthy envoy gains healing. Poverty and shame come to him who refuses discipline, but he who heeds correction shall be honored. Longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but fools detest turning from evil. One who walks with wise men grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. Misfortune pursues sinners, but prosperity rewards the righteous. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored for the righteous. An abundance of food is in poor people's fields, but injustice sweeps it away. One who spares the rod hates his son, but one who loves him is careful to discipline him. The righteous one eats to the satisfying of his soul. The belly of the wicked goes hungry. That was 13. And now we're on Proverbs Chapter 14. Every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one tears it down with her own hands. He who walks in his uprightness fears Yahweh, but he who is perverse in his ways despises him. The fool's talk brings a rod to his back, but the lips of the wise protect them. Where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. A truthful witness will not lie, but a false witness pours out lies. A scoffer seeks wisdom and doesn't find it, but knowledge comes easily to a discerning person. Stay away from a foolish man, for you won't find knowledge on his lips. The wisdom of the prudent is to think about his way, but the folly of the fools is deceit. Fools mock at making atonement for sins, but among the upright there is goodwill. The heart knows its own bitterness and joy. He will not share these with a stranger. The house of the wicked will be overthrown, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way which seems right to a man, but in the end it leads to death. Even the laughter Even in laughter the heart may be sorrowful, and mirth may end in heaviness. And mirth means laughter, so laughter may end in heaviness. The unfaithful will be repaid for his own ways. Likewise, a good man will be rewarded for his ways. A simple man believes everything, but the prudent man carefully considers his ways. A wise man fears and shuns evil, but the fool is hot-headed and reckless. He who is quick to become angry will commit folly, and a crafty man is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow down before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor person is shunned even by his own neighbor, but the rich person has many friends. He who despises his neighbor sins, but blessed is he who has pity on the poor. Don't go astray who plot evil. Don't they go astray who plot evil, but love and faithfulness belong to those who plan good. In all hard work there is profit, but the talk of the lips leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the folly of fools crowns them with folly. A truthful witness saves souls, but a false witness is deceitful. In the fear of Yahweh is a secure fortress, and he will be a refuge to his children. The fear of Yahweh is a fountain of life, turning people from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is the king's glory, but in the lack of people is the destruction of the prince. He who is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a quick temper displays folly. The life of the body is a heart at peace, but envy rots the bones. He who oppresses the poor shows contempt for his maker, but he who is kind to the needy honors him. The wicked is brought down in his calamity, but in death the righteous has a refuge. Wisdom rests in the heart of one who has understanding, and is even made known in the inward part of fools. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. The king's favor is toward a servant who deals wisely, but the wrath is toward one who causes shame. So that is a lot of wisdom for us to use in our lives so that we understand. And also I wanted to talk to you regarding, since we're around that time of the year where they put up all those spooky, ugly things, I don't know. And recently, actually, it's been more in the last couple of years that they've been using a lot of the skull heads, and then I don't know who led us to believe that that was from Hispanic culture about those skulls, because it was not. When I was a child, there was none of that. I don't remember any of that at all. The Hispanic people are people who love family. They try and be supportive, encourage each other. They're all about creativity. They're all about having integrity. And I'm not talking about everybody, but in general, they were very humble people. And I don't know what's happened over the years where they're trying to portray our culture, and they put it as a culture because people forget, the things from the past or whatever, and they try to attach it to that so people can be like, well, it's their culture, so let's just go with it. And I really don't agree with that. I don't want to become someone that talks about our culture being really about what? About death? That's like a culture of death. We are not part of that. Or witchcraft or whatever. No, no. Um, they're I refuse to accept it, that's that, it's not funny when they do those skulls with the they put flowers to make it look pretty, and they put like they make them of candy to entice children, and they're using those kind of things for little ones. I saw on TV not too long ago, they were painting the face on the child of death, really, of a skull. And what you do, what you put out there, that's what you're going to get back. And that's what I want to change. I want to be part of a culture that's regenerative, that is talking about more about God, because Hispanics are, for the most part, they believe in God, they believe in Jesus. Even though they unfortunately they worship statues, which that I don't agree with. It's in Exodus 20 when it talks about that on the second commandment. It tells you not to do that, but because you're supposed to love God with all your mind and your heart and your soul. And so now they promote it a lot in Hispanics. They promote a lot of like in TV commercials, the drinking, the skull things, especially like right now. And when I was younger, let's say in my 20s, I didn't know, how things were in the spiritual realm. But in the spiritual realm, whatever you have will call the spiritual to itself. So if you're putting those kind of things, you're attracting those kind of things. If you have skulls that are in tattoos or things like that, or monsters that are on tattoos, put a cross on top of it, because God is the winner. He won. Jesus won. And we have to change that. We can't allow our children to go into that kind of thing, because it doesn't lead into a good path. All that stuff with seeing witchcraft things, movies, cartoons, even for children. It's terrible, and I don't agree with that. They don't show you the other picture, where the person is over there on the side of in the gutter throwing up or something after drinking, themselves, or people that have died, overdoses, or people that have died from drinking too much, where their liver just doesn't work anymore. And they don't show you that side. They show the side where, oh, you're having fun with your friends, and when you know better, you do better. And anyways, I do want to read 1Corinthians 15:53, which it talks about, death is a defeated foe. We're not supposed to worship it. We're not supposed to put, that kind of thing, the Day of the Dead. No, that is not something that the Lord wanted us to be doing. Once you go to either side, you're gone. You don't do that. You don't worship the dead. That is a no-no, big no-no in the spiritual world. And by Jesus' resurrection, he actually conquered death right there. God never said to celebrate any of that. I'm going to read this, okay? Sorry for the rant, but I had to say it. Okay. It says, "For this perishable body must put on the imperishable, and this mortal body must put on immortality. When the perishable puts on the imperishable, and the mortal puts on immortality, then shall come to pass the saying that is written," and this is 1 Corinthians 15:54, 55, 56, and so on, all the way to 58, okay? And it says, "Death is swallowed up forever in victory. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast and immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Okay? So pray for your loved ones while they're still here, that they may accept Jesus Christ as their Lord, because that means that you will see them again in heaven someday. And that's what we can do. That's what we can do now. So once they're gone, they've gone to heaven or to the other place. So I pray that all my family members and all my loved ones, that they may know Jesus Christ as their Lord, so that they can come to the Father Abba Yahweh, which is our Heavenly Father. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please think about what I've said, and don't involve your children in that kind of stuff. It's not a good thing. So, okay, love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.